Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AIM LATAM Challenge for Ecuador team. And here, to be here. Um, to start our event, I would like to introduce you to Astrid Shadid, who is going to present some words from AIM. Astrid, all yours.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Hello, everybody. It's very, very nice to be here and to say hello to all of you, even though we're from our homes, each of us taking care of each other and our families. Just please know our wishes are that your families are well and safe in these difficult times that our countries and our regions and the whole world are going through. Well, second of all, let me just thank you for waiting. I know this competition for Ecuador took a little bit longer than it was supposed to to take. This scheduling delay was due to the situation we're living right now, but we are sure that the competitors today and the startups we're having today pitching have been preparing a little bit more, have had time to prepare more and to polish their presentations. So we're very glad for it too. Please know, the annual investment meeting, it's an initiative from the Ministry of Economy from the United Arab Emirates. It has been going on for the last 10 years, and its main mission is to help developing countries in order to get foreign direct investment from anyone in the world, meaning it can be in greenfield, in brownfield, and in foreign portfolio investment. And in this edition, the organizing committee led by Mr. Dagoud Al-Shasawi and by Mr. Walid Fargal, both the president and the general director, have decided that this year startups have to be taken into account. And we are looking for one champion in 100 countries in the whole world. In Latin America, there are 12 countries participating, and well, Ecuador is one of them. And we're very, very glad that we finally are able to make this competition happen. And well, please know that Mr. Dagoud and Mr. Walid are aware of this competition and they want to know what is Ecuador offering in terms of startups. So you are very good representatives. We know that you participated all the way from December to now and you've been waiting. And we know that you represent the best of your country. So we are very glad to have you here today. And also, I would like to thank Startup Mexico, starting from their CEO, Mr. Marcus Dantus, and, well, of course, Ron Oliver, who's here with us today as a judge, and Rodrigo, that has been helping with all the organization, not only with this competition, but with all the other 11 competitions in the region. We have been teaming up in order to find the best startup in the region and the best startups in these 12 countries, because annual investment meeting believes it's very important to support more in these times, to support the special talent that is dedicated to innovation and to technology. And well, your initiatives are very, very important to showcase in the event that will probably happen. We will know when, and soon we will know when it's going to happen. But without further ado, and also thanking all the startups team, Laika and Swahib, and all the annual investment meeting team that's dedicated, Lulu, that's dedicated to organizing this part of the event. They have been working very, very hard in order for you to have this opportunity to showcase what you have. And please know that you are going to be part of something very big, because the United Arab Emirates and the Ministry of Economy is dedicated to support and find this kind of innovation and technology projects. So thank you very much, and well, have the best of lucks and best regards from the annual investment meeting team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Astrid, for your words. Well, to start our event, I would like to present you the rules that we are going to follow. So, as I told you at the beginning, feel welcome to Ecuador Startups Virtual Pitch Competition for the annual investment meeting in Latin America, and specifically to Ecuador. Well, here you are. You can see the rules. The first important rule is that each startup will have just 5 minutes to present pitch and 5 minutes to answer questions that our jury members are going to ask, of course. And please, I would like to ask every member of the auditorium that keep yourself on mute unless you are the speaker. So please try to follow this rule just in order to keep the noise on control. Please ensure not to have bright background or noise meanwhile you're presenting. Scoring will be done through the portal. So at the end of the presentation, we will have this time to show you the scores and, of course, the great winner. As the last rules say, a winner will be announced after after the all the presentations. I would like to introduce you to our jury members. We have two members, two important members. The first one is Astrid Charit. Astrid now is, for the last decade, she has dedicated herself to develop the communication and promotion strategy for local governments, aim to contract foreign direct investment for and foreign portfolio investment. Astrid right now is the regional director from Latin America and the Caribbean in the annual investment meeting, as we know right now. Her activities include fostering an environment that develops business and and create relation between the Arab world and Latin America. Thank you so much for being here with us, Astrid, as part of jury members. Also, we have Ron Oliver joining us today. He is international program director in Startup Mexico. Also, Ron is CMO at Timingo and a startup angel. Ron is methodical and outgoing. He loves to talk about human resources and technical matters. For he assumes any information with precision and accuracy. He regardless of the subject or the discipline to which it belongs. Um, he is part of the Startup Mexico team, as I told you at the beginning. So, Ron, feel welcome and thank you so much for being part of our jury members. Well, next, I would like to ask if every member of every entrepreneur is ready because we are going to present in the next way. First, we will hear Crypto's page. Cryptos is represented by Christian Torres. Then the second page we will hear it is Pick and Save, represented by Juan Francisco Recalde. The third page will be ID Payer, represented by Andres Castrillon. And finally, Talov will be represented by Hugo Jacome. So, as I told you at the beginning, you will see a timer on the left bottom of your screen, and it will be marked 5 minutes. Uh, and I would like to ask Christian Torres from Cryptos to join us on stage to present his speech. Christian, can you hear me?
Thank you very much. I hear you.
There you are. Well, Christian, are you ready?
Uh, Now I'm ready.
Now you're ready. Okay, your pitch will be present in three, two, one.
Okay, so basically, big corporates such as banks, insurance companies, or any big manufacturer invest millions of dollars in cybersecurity tools to protect their valuable information. But when they implement those tools, they realize that they don't have any idea of what is their sensitive information, who has access to it, and how their employees handle inside and outside their organization. So what we are going to talk about is about cybersecurity, especially in the part of data leakage and data classification. allowing businesses to understand the sensitivity level of their sensitive documents, such as confidential, restricted, internal, and public documents inside their businesses. But how you could classify the information today? Well, to protect against data leakage, nowadays big corporates make a manual data classification process. What does it mean? Is they train their employees, and then each employee has to classify one by one each of the millions of documents that a corporate could have as information. The other way is to hire an expensive consultancy firm that will take a little sample, less than the 1% of the millions of documents, and based on that, apply all the policies to know how to handle this information correctly. So what is Cryptos? Before I introduce my company, I want to introduce myself. My name is Cristian Torres. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Cryptos. And Cryptos is the first Latin American company invested by Barclays Bank, one of the biggest banks worldwide. We help businesses to locate their most sensitive information so they could prevent against data leakage. We help this through a sophisticated software that locate critical information automatically. And we use 3 AI algorithms, artificial intelligence algorithms that detect sensitive information, personal data, and credit card numbers. As we told you, we are a company invested by Barclays, and we run the acceleration program through Techstars in Tel Aviv, Israel. Now, it's not only about classification, it's more than that. We allow our clients to know where is their sensitive assets inside their business, identify risky users, areas, accomplish regulatory compliance such as ISO 27001, PCI, the framework NIST, GDPR, and also prevent data leakage through prevention and protection. Also, we give the companies to control their access to critical data. And this is really interesting because our technology classified information completely automatically without any human error effort in the computer, on the server, and also on the cloud. Now, this is what is interesting about our technology. We classify data, but we are compatible with any software as you see on this slide. Netscope, Symantec, McAfee, Azure Information Protection from Microsoft are compatible with our technology. We have this implemented in huge corporates that I will show you later on. Now, this is a big opportunity right now because, because of COVID and coronavirus, everyone is working at home. So these expose companies to data leakage. And obviously, this a tool like Cryptos could help them protect against this exposure of information. Our business model is really simple. We are a B2B business. We sell to big corporates, more than 1,000 employees, and is a software as a service. We have 3 types of licenses, full, standard, and basic, to help businesses protect their information. These are some of the successful business case that we have. The biggest insurance company of Mexico, which we classified more than 25 million documents in less than 9 days, completely automatically. It was information of 7,000 people. We work more in the financial and insurance area. Now, these are some of the metrics of our company. In 2019, we got 11 customers with a revenue of $333,000. And we have an actual pipeline of $2.9 million that we expect to close in this year. This is the secret sauce of Cryptos, our team. Alfonso, my co-founder, we have been working together for more than 9 years. Alfonso is a product development expert, and I bring expertise in business development. We have people from Ernst & Young, people from cybersecurity companies, from people from Telefonica that help our business grow. Now, this is my bottom line. Sensitive information, it's everywhere. My question, what are you going to do about it? Thank you very much.
Christian, thank you so much for your amazing presentation. Great industry, the one that is about data. Well, by now we are going to set our timer to 5 minutes, and then I would like to ask our jury members to join us on stage to ask your questions. Jury members?
Sure.
There you are. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes.
can. Yeah, Christian is can. Okay.
Yes, can you
Awesome.
hear me?
Yeah, and there's Ron. Hey, Ron.
Uh, Hi, everybody.
Okay.
The first, I think, is the best
I'm
pitch
not sure.
I listen in this
Hello.
week. The English is more clear. The business model is clear, and I think that you have the too much record. He work with the too much companies, and all the Latin America on the world give you too much points from the doing good pitch from this combination.
Thanks, Ron.
I want to ask you about the business model. You speak about SaaS. You speak about the other things or other type of from the business model. What you
Mhm.
can tell the people in the Dubai about your business model from doing the business model that what he have listened or we have need.
Sure. Right now, our business model, well, it's really simple. We sell licenses per user annually, but we have a direct sales team. And this is how we are doing right now in the stage of our company. We found cryptos on March of 2018. We just have 2 years. So basically, this is how we are pushing the market right now. Now, we are already signing contracts with, for example, Ingram Micro, that is a Fortune 500 company that distributes software and hardware worldwide. We are working really well in Mexico with Microsoft also. And we have also signed with Netscope partnership. This is a unicorn of cybersecurity in Silicon Valley. They have raised more than $740 million. And the idea with them is to improve only also in the US market, but also in the Latin American market that we are right now in 5 countries. I don't know if there's any other question.
Dear Astrid, do you have
I'm
any
so
question?
sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you confirm, Christian? Can you hear me? Because I
Yes.
can't hear you. You can?
Oh,
Okay. Just I will not be able to hear you, but my question is, what are the main challenges you're facing towards the B2B selling?
Mhm.
How are you convincing people that security is essential right now?
Good question, and thank you very much. Well, basically, right now the attacks had well, in the last month, we have a growth of 300% of attacks in the cybersecurity sector. This is thanks because of the data leakage, also exposure of companies right now that all the employees are working from homes. And this is a huge opportunity for us because we could grow with the same market that is growing a lot. This is a global problem. This is not a problem just for Latam, just for the US. It's a global problem that all the companies are facing nowadays. That's why you have a lot of regulatory compliance and normatives that the businesses have to accomplish. And I think that is one of our secret sauce because we mix the part of cybersecurity with the part of artificial intelligence. There are two sexy words to keep up growing our business.
Thank you. I don't know, Ron, if you have any other question, or we can take this 1 minute and a half to score Christian and his amazing project.
oh, yeah. No, it's
Perfect.
okay. He has just
Okay,
answered. Okay. Well,
let's score them.
yeah. Let's our Jutes, our July members, to score the startup. And please, members, when you finish, please let us know in the chat box. Christian, thank you so much for your amazing presentation. Thank you for
Thank you.
your pitch, and lots of luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much to everyone. Keep safe. Thanks.
Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait a little bit for our jury members.
Hello.
Meanwhile, let's ask Juan Francisco Recalde from Pick and Save to join us on stage and wait to present his pitch.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, Juan. Well, let's wait a little bit for our jury members. They are just scoring last pitch, and
Okay.
be ready.
I'm ready. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Astrid. Thank you, Astrid and Ron, for your scoring. Okay, let's continue with our pitch presentations. So now here with us is Juan, 2% Pick and Save. Juan, are you ready to present?
I'm ready.
Okay, so your pitch will start in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. My name is Juan Francisco Recalde. I'm the CEO of Pick and Save. We are a company that has three members. We have a multifunctional people. We have Sebastian, who is in charge of the financial. He is actually the vice president of payment method at Banco, one of the largest banks here in Ecuador. So he has a lot of experience regarding payment methods. We have Franklin, that he is the IT manager, and so that means that we have the development of our tool internally, so we don't depend on an extra supplier for developing. And myself, I have more than 16 years of experience working for multinational companies regarding the marketing area. What is the problem that we found here in Ecuador? Is the market, the point of sellers are looking permanently for attract new consumers, and that's why they are offering promotions and discounts, 2 for 1, 50% off, 10% off. So consumer, they look for great deals, they look for promotions. However, they don't have a platform to look what they need when they need. That's why we create Pick and Save. It's an application where users can search their promotions and discounts from their favorite places. We have many categories, so it's not just about food, it's not just about services. We have plenty of categories: food, sports, drugstores, entertainment, etc. That means we have 1,000 offers, so many categories, So you just put a click and you generate a coupon with the promotion and show it to the cashier in the point of sale. And this is all, the information that you will have in the palm of your hand. What's the value proposal for users? They have free. The application is totally free without coupon limits. They have a smart categorization, so you choose your categories that you are interested in, so you will receive information about that. You have push notification, you have search preference, and geolocation. So whenever you open the application, you will see what is close to you. You have, for regarding the business and enterprises, a database, big data, advisory, performance reports. That means we want to have the big ones, the big companies, but also we want to have the small ones. We want to help pymes. We want to help empowerment and entrepreneurs who don't have a really good communication channels. We want to help them in order to grow. The competition, we have some portals that are already making something similar, but not exactly as us. And they have been in the market for a while. However, they are calling different system that they are using for right now. And the business opportunity, there are more than 2 million people who are in the economically active population that will be maybe interested in download this application. And you have more than 130,000 commercial stores around the country. When you see in our population, we can see that we maybe have a 2.8 million annual turnover if we just have 6,000 clients every year. What we have achieved so far, we just launched in October of 2019. We're a very young startup. We have almost 15,000 downloads to the application. We have more than 14,000 coupons generated in the platform. More than 121 impacts every week regarding social media channels. More than 355 establishments or stores affiliate to us. Our business model is to have a subscription. You pay $40 a month to upload until 4 coupons every month, and then you have publications in Facebook, Instagram, story in order to generate traffic to your store. Our next steps, we are in stage number 1 that have this coupon app. We are working in stage number 2. That means we are launching on our platform for e-commerce. As a reference, something that Groupon that does in the US. And stage 3 that we are working to is have a rental website in order to have the possibility that people can rent stuff among social networks and a website. So this is the plan that we are having, and we are working in order to achieve this by the end of this year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Juan Francisco. Well, now we are going to set our timer by 5 minutes, and then I would like to ask our jury members to join us on stage to ask their questions.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Thank you, Juan Francisco. Congratulations for this amazing project. I have a question about your stage 3. Why are you moving? Are you shifting from coupons to rentals? And in the middle, you have a commercial online, an e-commerce online. Can we learn a little bit more about these 3 stages?
Yeah, sure. I mean, our plan, changed a lot with the COVID-19, and I'm pretty sure maybe a lot of startups or entrepreneurs and business are changing after the COVID-19. So our initial plan was to have first this coupon app, because in Ecuador we don't have this coupon culture as in other markets that people is used to use this in stores. Here in Ecuador, never happened that. So we launched that in order to create this culture and to educate the people to use this kind of tools. And the second stage will be the e-commerce, and because it's part of that, in order to And the coupon app is offering the opportunity to go to the store and use the coupon over there. Now that you cannot go to the store because of the COVID-19, we are going to have the e-commerce in order to make the purchase and receive, the product and the service at home. It's part of the strategy. And the third part, this portal, this rental, came with conversation with clients. When we were doing a workshop and say, what, would be nice to have a platform where you can rent the stuff and use the stuff for a while and then return. So we are building, because we have this community already and we are building this network. We are maybe aiming to have this opportunity that people have this new business, this new model business. And the idea is at the same thing, to make transaction over there, you will have to create your account and pay to the people who is offering you the product. But the idea is to have a platform. It is a commercial platform. So in order that use the technology to attract clients and to generate these resources for all the people who is in the market, right?
Okay, thank you. Ron, any question? Oh, he wrote it down. He says, I do not understand their innovation within the product/services they offer. I don't know if you can answer.
Ron. Yeah, sure. I mean, Ron, maybe because you don't know Ecuador and you don't know the business in Ecuador, the innovation here is because you don't have something similar here in order to offer discounts to stores. As another market, Mexico, US, or wherever, another big market, they are used to have coupons and used to have, in fact, they're used to have the physical coupons, when the ones that you go to the store and you use it. Here in Ecuador, that never happened. So we are creating that culture because you have a lot of promotions and discounts in the market, but the people don't use it. The people don't know when to use it. So that's why we created in the first stage the platform. And the difference between the other is because it's as a mobile platform, you don't pay nothing. And what I mean this, because it's a platform here in similar conditions here in Ecuador that you have to pay for receive the coupons or for receive the discounts. You have the big data that nobody is offering you. And the big data means that we are getting all the information from the consumers in order to offer you what you are interested in. So that's kind of things that they are not already in place in Ecuador. So that's pretty much the difference and the innovation that we have in the market.
Juan Francisco, how profitable has the business been so far? Oh, I'm sorry. And Ron is asking, how's your competition?
Yeah.
Whichever you want to answer. Sorry.
Okay. Just to finish with Ron, and the competition here is an app that has similar characteristics to us, but the big difference is that they charge consumer in order to receive discounts. So you have to pay. That means nobody's paying right now because people don't want to pay for receive discounts. And you have some portals that they are selling coupons. So you get into and you see a promotion in one restaurant. If you're interested, you pay there and you receive, a coupon. So you print there and you go to the store. That's something that is not working really good right now because people don't trust in order to buy before you get to the service. So that's the competition right now. I mean, you don't have too much options here. I'm sorry, Astrid. Can you?
It's okay. No worries. It's okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Juan Francisco, for your presentation and also for your answers. Let's begin with the scoring by our jury members. So let's wait a little bit until they finish to score. Thank you, Francisco, for your presentation. Thank you so much, Astrid, for your score. We are waiting for Ron Oliver, but I would like to ask. Meanwhile, our next presentation, our next startup to present, it will be ID Payer, represented by Andres Castrillon. Andres, please join us on stage, and let's wait for our jury member, please. Andres? Oh,
Can you hear?
oh, now I can. Now I can. I can. Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, well, there you are. That there's your pitch. Okay. Let's wait a little bit.
Hi. Let's start. Hi everyone. My name is Andres.
Andres, let's wait a little bit to Ron to tell us that he is finishing his scoring to the last pitch, and let's wait a little bit. Okay. Thank you. Okay, there you are. Ron, it's already okay. So as I told you at the as I told you, Andres is going to present ID Payer. Andres, as I told you at the beginning, you have your counter and the left bottom of your screen. So are you ready to present your pitch?
Yes.
Okay. So your pitch will be presenting in 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone. My name is Andres Castrillon. I'm the CEO of ID Payer, the most important fintech startup in Ecuador who develops technologies for financial inclusion. So, what's the problem? More than 70% of population in Latin America cannot access to quality financial services. More than 20% cannot access to quality technology services. Current digital banking solutions are exclusive, like mobile applications or web portals, for users from main cities with internet access and high technology skills. So, what's the solution? Creation of digital ecosystems between the financial institutions, banks or financial cooperatives, entrepreneurs from small businesses with physical stores, and the citizens with the digital banking agents form. How does it work? Financial institutions implement a digital banking network with business owners and our technology in any place. Banking agents will be able to offer all the financial services that the bank usually offers in a large agency or a web portal. Users under any circumstances and without any device or card will be able to make any digital transaction or access to any banking service in few seconds in the most secure and agile way with biometric, fingerprint, and face validation on any digital agent's smart device. For example, withdrawals, deposits, or payments to the business owner. Business owners can promote their local business to the community, make digital transactions, and receive finance offers from the sponsoring financial institution based on all the analyzed data. We offer the following technologies as a service to financial institutions: a network of biometric POS devices, a monitoring platform that includes our own microservices in the cloud, and a complementary mobile application for users if it's necessary. The market size, the serviceable obtainable market is over $163,000 per year. This is the market we are working right now. The serviceable available market is over $3,700,000 per year, and the total available market in Latin America from financial inclusion is over $35 million per year. Business model is B2B to financial institutions that includes a price for initial technology integration, and a monthly price for the digital platform, and a transaction fee model that allows the project to be scalable. This model allows significant savings in bank agencies or ATMs, and not cost for business owners and citizens. Here you can see a projection of the project's financial KPIs. How you can see the business model is scalable. We need venture capital to expand the solution to all region. Right now we are in the third semester with 3 new customers, 20,000 total users, and our solution is a low touch trend to help the people to make transactions without touching. Our founders, our team includes 5 young people with experience in business, disruptive technologies, finance, and innovations who have already won national and international recognitions from leading institutions in fintech and innovation in Latin America. And ladies and gentlemen, this is IDPayer, the most important solution for social and financial inclusion in Latin America.
Thank you so much for your pitch, of course, for your presentation, Andres. Very young team members. Well, let's ask our jury members to join us on stage to ask their questions, please.
Thank you. Unless Ron has a question. Oh, go ahead, Ron, please.
I don't know what happened with my video. I sent the question of the chat, if it's okay.
Okay. All the data is we get about the will come to the database of financial institutions. We are protecting, and we doesn't save any data for the users.
Andres, what's the guarantee you offer for the SMEs that will be participating or are participating with you when there a problem arises around their finance, meaning that some resource missing or some glitch in the application, maybe mistakes? Do you have a customer service, or what's the implementation for following up these kind of mistakes?
Well, in the first stage, we have the integration stage with the technological core of the financial institution, and they solve any problems that will appear in the process. And then we also do the support in the monthly cost for our clients.
About the legislation, the law structure, who's supporting this? If something bad, or if something goes south, if something goes wrong, which law structure protects the customers?
Well, our technology are a channel. We've made a fusion with the technology of the financial institutions. So I said all the data is saved in the databases of the banks or financial cooperatives. Now we also working and implemented all algorithms of encryption, but the data will be safe.
Okay. Ron asked in the chat, how can you apply your business model to other markets? He's back now.
Well, right now I'm working in Ecuador and Colombia. The next level is Mexico, and we also um, are finding the new partners in Chile and Brazil to expand on Latin America.
Okay. Thank you, Andres. I don't have any more questions. Do you, Ron?
Okay.
I think not. We're going to
It,
score now then.
it looks like he's not having any question anymore. Well, thank you so much to our jury members for your questions. Thank you so much also to our entrepreneur, Andres, to present ID Payer. Lots of luck, Andres. So let's let our jury members to score the pitch. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Astrid. Let's wait to Ron. He's having some problems with connection. Okay, thank you, Ron. Meanwhile, I would like to ask Hugo Hakame to join us on stage to present the love. Hugo, can you hear me? Yes. Hello, Hugo. How are you? Are you ready?
Fine, thanks, ready.
Okay. Well, as I told you at the beginning, you have your timer on the left bottom of your screen. So if you are ready to present your pitch, let's begin in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I am Hugo Hakome, part of the Love team. Did you know that in the last hour, 1,004 deaf and 620 blind people were born in all the world? And it's highly probable they will face a really challenging daily life. Today, we are going to speak about something very important: inclusion. In the world, there are 470 million deaf and hard of hearing people and 290 million blind and low vision people. 30% of them have a smartphone, according to ITU. This represents huge social challenges. According to UN SDG, less than 5% go to school. Schools are not well prepared to teach people with disabilities. Some hearing and vision aids are very expensive, can cost up to $100,000, and the deaf and blind people combined unemployment annual global cost is $1,400 billion. Yeah, each year. So, how to face these huge challenges? Our work is one step in that direction. This is all about using artificial intelligence applied in accessible technology to generate higher independence levels in their daily life without depending on an internet, and the best part, it works in real time in a common accessory nowadays, the mobile phone. So we have two apps with global coverage. Speakless improves deaf people communication with everyone, understanding sign language thanks to this tiny sensor in their hands. converting in real time to voice and text, recognizing hundreds of sounds from their surroundings, transcribing voices, and more. Vision allow and improve blind people a better interaction with the world through reading text, recognizing objects and their distances, many currency bills, the money bills, color identification, assisting maps navigation, and more. These are our competitors. Yeah, there are big players like Google and Microsoft. In general, they have a good performance, but most of them had, for example, few features and a high latency due to online server dependency. Our differentiators are all the features in 2 multi-language apps and real-time artificial intelligence inference inside the device without internet dependency. This is our team. Carlos and I started independently research since we were students about how to apply technology to solve social issues. That's why we co-founded Talop, to fulfill our dream of a more inclusive world. Diana is working with us. She's a great communicator in charge of community management and product design and test for blind people. She has total visual impairment since she was born. Eric is a great photographer and is in charge of our image and product design and test for deaf people. He has total hearing impairment since he was born. And Gustavo, he's a very experienced entrepreneur and our general counsel. There's no better way to achieve goals than having a passionate and hardworking team. Talov started in 2016 in Ecuador, and then in 2019, Talov Inc. was founded in the United States, aligned to our worldwide expansion plans. This have allowed us an interesting evolution. Our work has been recognized in Ecuador, Portugal, United States, Mexico, Switzerland, and Qatar. But definitely, our most important achievement is to change lives across the world. This is our today's presence map. 2.3 thousand users in 86 countries. Most of them are in Europe, Asia Pacific, and Arabic region, where people with disability often receive from societies in general higher levels of respect. That's not very common in Latin America. We have achieved these goals with important barriers in our region, like lack of access to investment and technology, societies in general, and industry with poor interest in fields like inclusion for people with disabilities and many more. That's why we have made important international steps, for example, a partnership with Mara Assistive Technology Center in Qatar to work towards better inclusion for people with disabilities in fields like education, community, and culture. And it's our purpose to continue expanding our coverage in Arabic region in B2B and B2C sectors, because we have seen as very positive how in that region, governments and private companies are thinking and making it happen in terms of inclusion. This is our plans. Subscription business model with 3 plans: monthly, annual, and lifetime. Technology is compatible with 35 languages and available in App Store and Play Store. So let's make together from this world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Hugo, for your amazing presentation, just in time. Well,
Just in time.
let's set our timer on 5 minutes and ask our jury members to make their questions. If Ron is having some prompts, as you saw, maybe he's going to write his questions on the chat box.
Okay.
So
I did.
there you
Okay.
are. Go ahead.
About the computers. Yeah, I like so much also that run. This is our main server.
Oh. Hugo, I do have a question. Can you take us through from the first time someone who's visually impaired and downloads your app, what happens next?
Well, the app is free to download, but then they have to subscribe to any of the plans that I described in the past slides. So then, in the case of visually impaired people, they often have activated in their phones technologies called VoiceOver or TalkBack in Android. VoiceOver is for iOS, that allow people to understand every detail in voice instructions about the user interface in the phone. So the people have a main menu where can choose to identify objects or distances or money bills or read text or open an accessible maps navigation tool, and many more.
So they can basically go out in the street with their cane and start a route that the GPS can program it without having to type anything, only with voice.
Yeah, only with voice in the case of maps navigation. If not, they can use the phone camera to detect, I don't know, to read the name of the street, the name of the route of the bus, I don't know. And we are working to make it compatible with some gadgets, like, for example, these glasses with a tiny camera here, so they don't have to have their hand held on the phone, and the brain of the system is in their pocket, but
And for
the
example,
camera is here.
if they go to a supermarket and they place the camera in front of an orange, it can tell them this is an orange.
Yeah, actually, in the graphics in the slides are they receive notifications like orange at 0.49 meters, wine bottle at 0.92 meters.
Wonderful.
That kind of.
Wonderful. Congratulations. I see
Thank you very
Ron
much.
has a question. How to secure your customer data?
Okay. Our customer data, we now manage through the Apple and Google standards of security. So at least in stores, they have very, very high standards to accomplish in order to just to publish your app in store. So that's a very important thing for us. And that's why we prefer to do the inference of the artificial intelligence inside the device, not in a server, because in that process, we can have a data leakage. So all the processes are done in the device, first element of security. And the other element is to comply all the very, very heavy regulations about security, especially from Apple, about the security of the user. If they detect that you have at least one little element of insecurity, they reject your app and you are not in the store. That's how it works.
Hugo, what's the next step for you? I mean, I know that you've been successful so far. You've earned a lot of recognition. You have a lot of awards, and you have presence in the whole world. What's the next? What's next for you?
Our next steps are going outside Ecuador in terms of headquarters, but mainly with a specific reason. In Latin America, there is now so much respect for people with disabilities from societies, from governments, and all the general structure. That's a well-known issue. So that's why we started to look to another territories like Arabic world. Actually, I mentioned the MADA Assistive Technology Center in Qatar. We are collaborating with them in very, very interesting projects about B2C products and B2B infrastructure to offer to the Arabic world, because we have seen that in another territories where most of B2C clients are downloading our app, this field about accessibility, it's more developed. It's more developed from the citizen to the government and to the private structures. Everybody concerns about this.
Wonderful. Thank you. Great answers.
Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you so much, then, Hugo, for your presentation, your pitch. Thank you so much for our jury members for their questions. Let's wait a little bit for their qualifications to the scoring. Let's wait for the scoring, and we will know who's going to be the winner. So thank you so much, and lots of luck to each startup.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All around us, the world is a constant flux of new global economies and evolving technologies. A head-spinning array of challenges and possibilities for the dreamers and planners of tomorrow's world. The 10th edition of the annual investment meeting, with the theme Investing for the Future, Shaping Global Investment Strategies, will bring together people from over 150 countries. AIM, the world's largest investment platform, will tackle the modern world's investment challenges while promoting a healthier global economy. Join us at the annual investment meeting. For more information, visit aimcongress.com. All around us, the world is a constant flux of new global economies and evolving technologies. A head-spinning array of challenges and possibilities for the dreamers and planners of tomorrow's world. The 10th edition of the annual investment meeting, with the theme Investing for the Future, Shaping Global Investment Strategies, will bring together people from over 150 countries. AIM, the world's largest investment platform, will tackle the modern world's investment challenges while promoting a healthier global economy. Join us at the annual investment meeting. For more information, visit aimcongress.com. All around us, the world is a constant flux of new global economies and evolving technologies. A head-spinning array of challenges and possibilities for the dreamers and planners of tomorrow's world. The 10th edition of the annual investment meeting, with the theme Investing for the Future, Shaping Global Investment Strategies, will bring together people from over 150 countries. AIM, the world's largest investment platform, will tackle the modern world's investment challenges while promoting a healthier global economy. Join us at the annual investment meeting. For more information, visit aimcongress.com.
Oh, such a big pleasure to be back right now. Well, now it's time to say who's going to be the winner. So I would like to ask our jury members to join me on stage, and let's hear or let Ron Oliver to say who's going to be the winner, and Astrid Chalit will give the certificate. Dear jury members, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm
Okay,
ready. Also.
okay, Ron, tell us who's going to be the winner.
Okay, it's hard because all the four startups is so good. The team is so good, but I think cryptos is the best from these four startups.
Congratulations to Cryptos. Astrid, could you please present the certificate for Cryptos as the winner of the LATAM Challenge in Ecuador, please?
Congratulations, Christian and Cryptos. I think all the four projects are amazing in their own way, and I'm very very impressed with Ecuador. Uh, this this country that has been going through a lot, but I know that they have very well prepared people. I know a lot of people from Ecuador, and I've been there, and they've been very very open to all the ideas we've been giving them. And I'm very glad we found these four projects. Please know that Christian, you have the best opportunity. You're going to join us in Dubai once we know when the event is going to happen. But please know for the other three initiatives, that the other three startups, that you can also come and participate with us. Please stay tuned with all the AIM activities that we're going to have in this month and in the next months. We're going to keep track of you, of all our champions, and we're going to keep giving you services, keep updating you in all the industry trendings. For example, and I'm going to give a commercial right now for you and for all the people that are watching us. And next May the 4th, we are going to be giving a very interesting webinar that's about fundraising in these incredibly difficult times. And it's going to have the participation of Antler, a very important as accelerator. And well, I believe it's very well worth it to see it, even though we're going to have it at 5 a.m. our time. It's going to be at 2 p.m. in Dubai, but 5 a.m. our time. I believe it's very well worth it that you all can connect and you all can tell your friends about this special webinar. And it's the start of a webinar series we're going to have in all the months to come. So I'll keep you posted. And Christian, with no further ado, thank you very much for participating. I'm very happy to have met you even in this platform, and congratulations. Let's stay in touch for all the logistics and all the small preparations in the next months. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for everyone.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much to Astrid for your words. We appreciate your words. Yes, Ron, do you have something to say to Cryptos?
No, thank you from all. Too much competition, too much innovation with these startups. Felicitaciones a todos los ganadores. Y I want to see Ecuador doing good fight in Dubai.
Thank you so much.
I will do it.
Thank you so much to our jury members for your amazing words. Christian, this is your time to say something.
Great. Thank you very much for everyone. I really appreciate that you take attention on cryptos. Hope that everything goes fine over there. And we already have a date after this overall craziness. But really good projects in general. I will put in front Ecuador. Just thank you very much again, and keep safe at home.
Thank you so much for your amazing words too. Well, we encourage every single entrepreneur all around the world to keep going on their way, and most of all, to our 4 startups that presented pitch. Lots of luck to every of you. We are even in touch. If you need something, you are keeping our mail address. And I would like to thank every member from AIM and of course from Startup Mexico that creates and let this being possible. Thank you so much to every of you, and I will see you on a next version or a next presentation of AIM Latam Challenge. Thank you so much to everybody.
Let's hope it's soon.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, and have a great night in Dubai, and have a great uh, middle night here in Mexico. So thank you so much, and goodbye to everyone, and in Ecuador too. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Bye.
Congratulations. Thank you to all the AIM team.